Hi, I'm Carrie, and this is Saying Nothing by Patrick Radden Keefe, a history of the Troubles in Northern Ireland, told through the prism of the abduction and murder of a woman named Jean McConville, who was taken from her apartment in Belfast, leaving behind 10 orphan children. She was killed by the Provisional IRA, that's certain, although there is, thanks to the testimony of various ex-Provisional IRA members. What is never established, or what was never established by the IRA, is whether she deserved her death as an informer. It's highly unlikely that she was, as Keefe proves in the book. But the book has a much wider scope, obviously, than just the one murder, as tragic as it was. It looks at how the sectarian violence warped the minds, the souls of all those who participated in it. The main culprit, or if you want to say bad guy in the story, is Gerry Adams, who would later become head of Sinn Féin, the political wing of the IRA. Gerry was definitely a member of the IRA, although he began to, at a very early stage, deny that he was, even though there was ample proof that he was. But he, like many other politicians, learned the lesson that if you keep repeating the lie, it becomes the truth. And it served him well in advancing his political career. And unlike many of his contemporaries in the IRA, he survived with his health and wealth and mental health intact, which was probably the most important factor, because as Keith shows, so many of the people who participated in the Troubles, especially in the IRA side, were left ruined by years in prison, by memories of what they'd done in terms of murder and violence. And that's probably one of the absolute best things about this book, which has been amply praised, and justifiably so, is it shows the psychic wounds of violence for the victims, the McConnell kids, who spent the rest of their lives trying to find answers to what happened to their mother, and the people involved in her disappearance and in other crimes on both sides, Loyalist and Catholic. And what the book really achieves is it gives us a clear understanding of how sectarian violence, civil war, if you will, completely destroys the fabric of a society, something that can take decades to heal. And even though Northern Ireland is now at peace, there are still people. It is still a divided city. The bullets aren't flying, but Keefe makes it clear not everything is forgotten. And he also points out, in an example of his fair-handedness, the author's fair-handedness, that while Adams, in many people's eyes, is a rat in a turncoat for brokering the peace agreement that eventually brought an end to the violence in Northern Ireland, he may have been ahead of his time in realizing, or he's certainly ahead of a lot of his contemporaries in the 1970s, in realizing that there was no solution through violence. It was going to have to be a political solution. And so his positioning himself as a politician rather than a member of a terrorist organization was, in the end, excuse me, probably the right way to go. And it certainly worked for him. So yes, this is very good. If you've never read anything about the Troubles in Northern Ireland, this is a great place to start. The only thing that it's not a flaw, but maybe an omission in the book, is that it gives you the impression that the Troubles took place entirely in Belfast. In fact, of the 3,000 plus people who were killed in the Troubles, Slightly more than half actually were killed in the counties, the rural counties surrounding Belfast, in particular County Armagh, which was known to the British as bandit country. It was so violent and dangerous for them. Other than that, it is an excellent history of a relatively contemporary event. And to finish off, my own novel, please take a look at it. It's available on Kindle at a very reasonable price of $4.99. A noir thriller packed with mystery, violence, and thrills. Thanks. See you.